Hi, this is Dave Mast from HolmesCountyTicket.com. Welcome to Ticket TV, driven by Village Motors. We're joined in the studio today with a special guest, Lindsy Snyder of the Malone University women's basketball team is here to join us today. Lindsy, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Lindsy has just had a sensational experience, an opportunity of a lifetime, something I'm sure she has not done before. She got to go overseas and play basketball in Europe, and it's a unique opportunity. So Lindsy, tell us a little bit about your experience in traveling over to Europe and playing basketball.
Well, we played 5 games over there against different teams from Belgium, club teams, and we'd sightsee during the day and then play games at night through Global Sports Academy. They are this nonprofit organization that gets teams together from America to go overseas and play, mostly in Belgium, against Europeans.
And how were you selected for this thing? Did you were you nominated, or did you volunteer? Or?
No, I'm not sure how Coach Oswald, which she's the coach from Tiffin, she got in with this Global Sports Academy, but then she asked our coach, Coach Schmitzler, and he to pick some kids to be on this team, and he picked me and Selena Reel, also from Malone, to be on Coach Oswald's team. Okay.
Now, we had spoken a little bit earlier, and the game over there isn't quite what it is over here in the U.S. I guess there's got to be an adjustment time for you guys to kind of get used to their rules and their lifestyle. And how different was it going over there as compared to playing and living here in the U.S.?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it was a hard adjustment because we've never played together before. Like, we had a practice one night for an hour and a half, and then had a player game the next day. And there was 2 from Malone, 2 from Tiffin, 2 from Ball State, Dartmouth, and Bowling Green. And so we had a mix of D1 and D2 kids trying to all come together. And that was difficult as it was. And then they don't speak English. I mean, they speak English, but they don't speak it when they play. Yeah. Like, they're speaking Dutch when they play. And so it was hard just to know what was going on, because the refs, they speak English, but they are very, their English is broken and you don't always understand what they're saying. So it was that was a hard adjustment. And then the rules, the traveling call, they call traveling all the time. The keys wider, the 3-point lines back farther, just those little adjustments that you don't think is a big deal, but then when the refs are constantly calling you for stuff, you're like, well, we're not going to change our game for 5 games, but we also want to win over here. So it was a different experience.
Now, from a lifestyle standpoint too, that's a very unique, different area in itself. And you go over there trying to spread some goodwill, and that's a big part of what you guys do. How does it feel to go over there and represent your country in another country like that?
Yeah, I mean, that was really cool. You would, obviously you can tell we're not European. First of all, we walk around and there was 4 kids on our team that were taller than me. So we weren't little people walking around. Yeah. And there's 8 of us, plus our 2 coaches, 10 people walking around in a group. And Europeans are relatively small. And so, I mean, we stand out. Yeah. And so people are always like, where are you guys from? It was really cool just to say, America. And one time somebody asked us, well, how long have you guys been playing together? And we're like, we had a practice, and then we played. So, it was just cool to say, because basketball is so important here to us, it was just cool to share that with them. Look how far women's basketball is here in America, because it's not that developed over in that area of the world. So it was really neat to just see that, and show them that women's basketball is important to us in America.
Okay, yeah, you guys, I think that people in Europe may have some differing opinions about Americans, and I don't know if you had any reservations about going over in the first place, but I guess how were you guys treated when you went over there? I mean, did they welcome Americans, or were they kind of, hey,
No, I expected people not to speak English as much as they did. And they were super nice. You would walk up to somebody and say, if you needed help with directions or anything, say, do you speak English? And they would say, most of them said yes. and then they would try to help you. And I feel like when people come to our country, we expect them to speak English. And like if they don't speak English, we're like, well, you should speak English, you're in our country. And I feel like that's how all Americans think. But when we went over there, they were so willing to speak English. Like even when you ordered anything, like you would just start ordering in English and they would switch from Dutch that they had just helped the previous customer to English for us. And you could ask for English menus at restaurants or any place, and they give you a UK menu because they speak English in the UK. But yeah, they were super. I feel like they were way more inviting than we are to other people.
Yeah.
Which, gives me like, because I think that too sometimes. Like they're in America, they should learn to speak our language. Yeah. But that's like being so self-centered. So.
You also got to do some sightseeing when you were over there. Anything in particular stand out in your mind of the place that you got to go to see?
Just like the buildings there are nothing like here. Like they're just all so old and like they're just gorgeous buildings and they're very old. And the cathedrals, we went in a lot of cathedrals and we don't have stuff like that here. And it was just really cool. Like I kept taking pictures and some of my teammates were like, you just took pictures of that building. I'm like, I know, but it's just so pretty. So I just thought like the buildings are not, we don't have the same buildings here.
Yeah. So what do you, as you come back home and you kind of get to process this whole thing, what do you think you gained from this experience?
Well, definitely like just the aspect of like the memories that we made, like the connections from different schools that I had, but like also with basketball, like playing with those different kids, just learning how to work together, that was really something that we came together so quickly.
Yeah. And
if we can do that, then your team that you've been with for a year, like you can come together and work together. And I think just having fun, like we had so much fun when we were playing. Like it wasn't stressful. It wasn't, like, oh, we have to be perfect.
Yeah.
This person like wants to score this many points, needs this many rebounds. Like we didn't keep, like they kept points. They knew how many points we had, but like it wasn't like individually like how'd you do. Like it was, we just got to win and like we just had fun.
Yeah.
And we laughed. Like of course we were serious, but we laughed when we were on the court. Like I don't know if like that's really, you can't do that here like during a college game, but you can have fun with it. And I don't think we have enough fun like with basketball.
So the concept of coming together as a unit, different people coming together, I mean really you can do that, you can use that in basketball concept, you can use that in life concept between countries and between different people like that too. You'll be in your senior year at Malone this year, right?
Yep.
So talk a little bit about your career there and as you see it kind of blossom and come to a head here. What's your experience been at Malone and what are you looking forward to this year?
I mean, like I said, Coach Mishler recruited my class. We were his first class. And so starting out, like our freshman year, we weren't very good at all. Like we look back and we're like, oh my gosh, we were terrible. But we've progressed and last year we lost in the GLIAC championship, which is our league. And so obviously this year the goal is to win the GLIAC and to make the tournament, national tournament, and to win the tournament. I mean that's our goal.
Okay, you've obviously had a very good experience there, playing under Coach Mishler and at Malone and just being a part of that campus life.
Yeah, I love it there. I'm so thankful that I ended up there. Basketball-wise, school, academics, everything, like I'm just really, really thankful that I ended up there and obviously played there for 4 years.
And you're studying what?
Education.
Okay.
I'm going to be a teacher, so
All
I'm
right.
really excited for that.
All right, well, Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us here in the studio today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so it's been our pleasure. For HolmesCountyTicket.com, I'm Dave Nash.